again. Well, so after 2 weeks work, what a killer, let me tell you. And so I went from job to job to job, without any breaks. And the last job was night shift, so I came back yesterday afternoon, but I was, non-compass. I couldn't do anything, I was just a mess. I was still a bit of a mess actually, but I thought I wanted to do this. So what happened was that the standard bar and chain that the JonCutter 2511, which is the Echo CS 2511 clone, the standard bar and chain that it comes with is a 3/8 low profile chain. It's a 12-inch bar. Now 3/8, which is the pitch, it's the distance, it's distance that way on the chain. And I don't know why companies do this. They put 3/8 pitch chains on tiny saws. Yeah, alright, it's low profile, but it's still 3/8. It's crazy. I don't know why they do it. I really don't. And that's why there are companies like, what is their one brand in the United States, Panther. They've got a replacement bar and chain, 325 replacement bar and chain for these saws. Who is it? Oregon? They've got a nano upgrade, so that's a replacement bar and chain, smaller. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's 1/4 inch or 0.325 inch pitch chain. I can't remember. But so I went to my local Husqvarna dealer, and I said, have you got a bar for this? A bar and I thought that I had a when I bought the drum, I thought I bought a 325 drum, but it's not. It's a 1/4 inch drum. And I said, have you got a bar and chain for this? And they said, yep. So there was two. There was one which is the correct bar for this, and then there was this bar. The difference is that the other bar was a this is 0.43, isn't it? No. Yeah. The other bar and chain were 1/4 inch, 0.5 gauge, which is the thickness of the driver teeth. 0.05 or whatever. Yeah. I can't remember. Yeah. It's 0.050 of an inch. So this bar and chain is 1/4 inch chain pitch, which is smaller than the 325, and it's 0.043 gauge, the thickness of the drivers. So it's smaller than the 325, which is more like what you need, because if you have a look, this is the 325 replacement bar that I bought for this thing, which I can't put on because I've got a 1/4 inch drum sprocket, not drum sprocket, it's the clutch drum, which is a spur drive, which is that's what drives the chain, not a rim sprocket, which is one of these things that slips over the clutch. Now this, so I'll tell you exactly what they are. It's a Husqvarna X Precision Chainsaw Bar SP11G, yeah, or part number 5293407-68. It's called a Mini P, which is probably Pico, maybe, I don't know. And the chain is SP11G. That's SP11G is the chain. Now, what was I going to say? So this is not the right bar for this saw, and I'll show you exactly what's going on. What it is that the chain tension adjuster holes are different. They're in a slightly different spot. So I've had to get the Dremel out, and it's a tiny chain. I've had to get the Dremel out, and I don't know if you can see that. I've had to move the holes out for the adjuster pin to get in there, which is not a big deal. I think that the oil hole might be in a slightly wrong spot as well, because even though it's oiling no problems, I'm getting a lot of oil dripping, which tells me that some of the oil might be missing the hole, or I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. But if you've got, it's that bar sandwiched in there, it should only be getting in the hole, so I'm not sure why it's dripping. I can't remember if it was dripping before. I really can't. I might just turn it down, because it's probably all the way up. Is it all the way up? No, it's not. That's all the way down. I'm sort of halfway. Yeah. I don't know. I'll play around with that later. But anyway, so I did. Where's that other one? I did. I'll show you the cutting. There it is. The main reason why people switch from 3/8 low profile to either 325 or 1/4 inch is because 3/8 is too aggressive for these saws. These are only tiny little saws, and a 3/8 pitch chain is too aggressive. It just is. And people have known it for a long time, but they still keep making that 3/8 crap and putting it on these saws. The 3/8 low profile should not exist as far as I'm concerned. You should either have full 3/8 chain or 325. That 3/8 low profile should not be in between. It's fucking useless. So the cuts got quicker. I did 4 cuts, but the last cut I sort of went offline and didn't do a full cut. So I measured the time on the first three cuts. The first cut was 13.12, which is a bit slow. The second cut was 11.55, and the third cut was 11.16. So it got quicker. Now, so the average was 12.08. Now, if I reckon if I'd done another couple of cuts and eliminated that first cut, because I don't think it was very good, I'd probably be around the 11.3, 11.4 mark. So from memory, I think that's quicker. Then I'll put it up on the screen anyway. I'm not all that interested in speed. We're not talking race saws. I don't give a shit about the speed. Just how smooth the cut is, and the difference. Because I did a couple of cuts before I recorded, just to see, and I could tell the difference straight away. The difference in how smooth this tiny little 1/4 inch chain is a big difference. The other nice thing about this 1/4 inch bar is have a look how pointy that thing is compared to the bar that it comes with. Right, and it is a little bit longer. It's about 1 inch longer, actually. So they reckon this is 12 inches, but I reckon it's 13, because this is 12 inch. This is a 12 inch bar. So you can see it's definitely longer. Definitely 1 inch longer. So it's a 13 inch bar. and that's perfect. That, you know, that little pointy tip you can, and it's not as wide either anywhere. You can really get into spots, because that's what this is for. You know, this is a climbing saw really. You want to be able to get, you know, in between branches and in between palm fronds and that. You know, you can really get into some tight spots with that. It's really good. They weren't cheap. Yeah. So I bought 2 chains, 2 of these X Precision chains, and the bar, and that cost me 160 Australian. Not cheap. I think the chains were like 46 bucks. Yeah, the chains were $46. The bar was $74. Not cheap, but it's Husqvarna, you know it's quality, and those 2 chains are going to last me forever. So I'm not going to bother buying a roll of chains just for this one saw. But what a fantastic little saw. I love this saw. This is amazing. It's so light, and with this bar being so tiny and so light as well. I mean, the other bar, the 0.05 gauge bar, was about, yeah, it was a lot heavier. It was a lot heavier. I went, ooh, holy shit. And I want to keep this nice and light for a climbing saw, so this bar is perfect. But again, I had to extend the holes outwards. I'm going to revisit exactly what's going on with the oiling. What's the next video? But yeah, what a fantastic little saw. And this, with this setup, it is so smooth, like smooth. It's like butter. It's amazing. No chatter. Like with that 3/8 low profile chain, it was shit. So the next video is going to be when I flew in yesterday. I went straight to the steel shop in Garbett, and I got a couple of MS361 tank vents, so I'm going to replace the tank vent on that G366, my Porter G366. I'll probably do that tomorrow, and I'll give that a whirl, and I'm assuming that's the issue. It's got to be the issue, you know. So, and then I'll redo that and do some cut times with that and see if I can get it better than the homeowner saw winner, which was the G366 Pro. But anyway, that's tomorrow. But for now, I love this tiny saw. It's amazing. Again, have a look how small it is. It's yeah. And again, with this setup, how smooth. It's just, if you've got a tiny saw like this and it's 3/8 low profile, just get rid of that. Get rid of that and get yourself either a 325 or even better, a quarter inch pitch bar and chain, and put that on, and you will notice the difference, no doubt about it. I noticed the difference straight away. It was like chalk and cheese, as we say in Australia, like really. So anyway, now I'm starting to ramble. Oh yeah, so I'm celebrating because this is a win, so I'm gonna have a drinky. I'm having a Rodenbach Grand Cru, which is a Belgian beer, a very traditional Belgian beer. The style of beer is called Lambic, Lambic. That style of beer is about 1,000 years old, and I'm not exaggerating. It's 1,000 years old. That beer is made traditionally it's still made traditionally how it was originally made. So there was no introduction of yeast. They just boiled up what they call the wort with the grains, drained off the liquid, pumped it up into vats into the ceilings, these flat vats in the ceilings of the brew house, and opened the windows and let the local yeast infect the beer, and that's how it's still done today. And that particular lambic yeast, it lives in one particular area of Brussels called the Pajottenland, I think. And so that yeast just lives everywhere And that happened to be the yeast when they first started brewing this. That happened to be the yeast that infected the beer and fermented it. So they're still making it exactly the same way. And I don't know how many breweries there are in Belgium, independent breweries brewing their own lambic, and it takes like a couple of years. It takes at least a couple of years to make this beer. I'm not exaggerating. So the flavour profile, it's not bitter. No, it's not. It's sour. Not ridiculously sour, but it is sour. For someone tasting it for the first time who's never had lambic beer, it's actually called a Gurza. So Gurza is the raw beer, but then there are fruit lambics. So they take this beer and they add cherries or raspberries or peaches and creek, framboise, pêche, and I've actually got some creek, some cherry beer, which is this stuff which is infused with cherries. Amazing stuff. So if you haven't discovered the Disneyland that is Belgian beer, Belgium is the Disneyland of beer. It really is, and this stuff's amazing. Imagine that, drinking 1,000-year-old style beer. Anyway, I'm carrying on about beer, and I should be carrying on about chainsaws. But anyway, so tomorrow I'll go on the G366 journey and see if I can fix that. So until then, see you later.